Okay, so you want to own a gym. Rent a space, buy some equipment, put up a sign, and wait for New Year's resolutions to make you rich. Simple business, right? Here's the thing though. The fitness industry runs on one of the strangest business models in the entire economy. It's an industry that's profitable specifically because most of its customers fail, not despite it. Because of it. Let that sit for a second. Because by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly how gyms actually make their money. Why the entire industry is quietly betting against your New Year's resolution. And why, even with that math working in their favor, most gyms still go under within the first few years. Let's start with what it actually costs to open the doors. A basic budget gym, think Planet Fitness style, no frills, low price point, runs anywhere from $500,000 to $1.5 million to open. That covers the lease build-out, cardio equipment, weight machines, flooring, locker rooms, HVAC systems strong enough to handle a room full of sweating bodies, and the front desk software to manage it all. A boutique studio, something like a CrossFit box or a boxing gym, is cheaper to start, maybe $100,000 to $300,000, because you're renting a smaller space and buying less equipment. But a full-scale premium gym, the kind with a pool, a spa, a juice bar, and enough equipment to make a bodybuilder cry tears of joy? That's $3 million, and up before you've sold a single membership. So already before day one, you're deep in a hole. And that's where the real story begins, because here's the part almost nobody talks about. The entire budget gym model, the $10 a month gyms you see everywhere, is not actually built on the assumption that people will show up. It's built on the assumption that most of them won't. This is sometimes called the phantom membership model, and it is, without exaggeration, the engine of the entire low-cost fitness industry. A gym with a 10,000 square foot facility can only physically hold a few hundred people comfortably at once. But that same gym might sell 6,000 or 7,000 memberships. How? Because industry data consistently shows that somewhere around 80% of gym memberships go mostly or entirely unused after the first few months. People sign up in January, full of ambition, and by March they've stopped going but forgotten to cancel. Or they know they should cancel, but the guilt hasn't caught up to the inconvenience yet. Think of it like an airline overbooking a flight. Airlines know a percentage of ticketed passengers won't show up, so they sell more seats than the plane has. Gyms do the exact same thing with square footage. They're not selling access to a gym. They're selling access to an intention. And this is why a $10 a month membership can still be wildly profitable. If a gym has 6,000 members paying $10 a month, that's $60,000 in monthly recurring revenue. And the actual cost of servicing the members who show up, electricity, water, the occasional broken treadmill belt, is a fraction of that. The real cost isn't usage. It's the fixed cost of rent, staff, and equipment financing, which stays the same whether 50 people show up or 500. Now here's where the metaphor really clicks into place. A gym is less like a restaurant and more like a subscription box you forgot you signed up for. Netflix doesn't need you to watch every show. Adobe doesn't need you to open Photoshop every day. And a budget gym doesn't need you to lift a single weight. They just need your card on file and your motivation to fade slightly faster than your guilt. But, and this is the twist, this same math is exactly why so many gyms still fail. Because the phantom membership model only works if you keep acquiring new members faster than existing ones cancel. And member acquisition is brutally expensive. Industry estimates put the cost of acquiring a single new gym member anywhere from $50 to $150, once you account for advertising, promotions, and those free trial week giveaways. If your average member only stays 6 months before canceling, and you spent $100 just to get them in the door, you might barely break even on that person before they're gone. This is called churn, and in the fitness industry, it is absolutely brutal. Some studios lose 30 to 50% of their membership base every single year. Which means a gym isn't just a building full of equipment, it's a leaking bucket. And the owner is constantly pouring in new water just to keep the level from dropping. So how do the smart operators actually win? 2 ways mainly. The first is volume and scale, the Planet Fitness approach, where you accept massive churn but pour so much cheap marketing into the top of the funnel that it doesn't matter. You're not trying to keep any individual member. You're running a numbers game across hundreds of thousands of people. The second approach is the exact opposite, retention through community. This is the boutique studio playbook, CrossFit boxes, F45, cycling studios. These charge $150 to $300 a month instead of $10. But they build something budget gyms deliberately avoid actual belonging. Class schedules, coaches who know your name, group accountability. Because here's the uncomfortable truth about human psychology. Cheap gyms profit from your isolation, and expensive ones profit from your connection. Studies on fitness retention consistently show that people who work out in groups or with a coach stick around dramatically longer than people going it alone on a treadmill with headphones in. So boutique studios essentially sell you a smaller, angrier, more expensive version of a gym, but one you'll actually attend, which means they can charge more and still keep you. And then there's the money nobody sees on the membership fee at all, the ancillary revenue. Personal training sessions, often billed separately at $50 to $100 an hour, with the trainer keeping a fraction and the gym keeping the rest. Supplement and juice bar sales, merchandise, tanning add-ons. Some gym chains generate 20 to 30% of total revenue from these extras, not from memberships at all. The membership fee, in a lot of cases, isn't even the main course. It's the appetizer that gets you into a building full of upsells. So why, with all this math seemingly figured out, do so many gyms still shut down within their first few years? Because the model demands precision most owners don't have. Overestimate how many members will actually show up, and your equipment wears out and your locker rooms turn into a mess faster than your revenue can replace it. Underestimate churn, and your marketing spend outpaces your recurring income. Build in the wrong location, and even perfect math collapses under empty parking lots. The margin for error in this business is thinner than most owners realize because you're not really selling fitness. You're selling a bet on human behavior, and human behavior, unlike a spreadsheet, doesn't always cooperate. Which is really the whole story here. A gym looks like a fitness business from the outside. But on the inside, it runs more like an insurance company, collecting steady payments from a huge pool of people, betting that most of them won't file a claim, and building an entire empire on the gap between intention and follow-through.